Welcome back, one and all. Let's talk about 𝗕𝗪𝗪 here in 2014. Let's dive straight into it. Let's not waste any time today. 𝗕𝗪𝗪 paired up with USDT, 𝗕𝗪𝗪 being that data source on this 4-hour time frame. Previously, we were looking for this W, X, Y, X and Z structure to the downside. We've seen the Z wave wicking into this typical area. We've seen the low of 9.768 here for 𝗕𝗪𝗪, and of course we have seen this bounce to the upside, but most notably on this push to the upside we have seen a bit of hidden divergence going on here from this low. Let's just draw this one onto the charts. Let's stretch it open a little bit. We see the low from the 2nd of, that's not the 2nd, that is the 25th of December, and the low here on the 26th of December. We can see a bit of divergence sitting on the charts there. We do put on the divergence indicator. Yes, the divergence indicator also picking up this bullish divergence, where of course from here we have seen this nice explosive move to the upside for 𝗕𝗪𝗪, totaling around about a 33% move. Geez, very nice here for 𝗕𝗪𝗪. So what does that tell us for its price action? What's its next direction? What's going on here? Well, first of all, we will work out what came before here. So technically, yes, we do have this as this Z wave coming on down here to 9.7680. Do we still look at this as a Z wave, or are we going to look at this a part of the next structure? I think we should be looking at this as part of the next structure. It's quite hard to really put a thumb on this one. We do know to the upside here we have this A, B and C structure, which could be a part of this X wave. We can appreciate that one. Then coming on down once again, it does look like we have a double zigzag inside here. Once again, let's just map this one out nice and simply here. ABC internally to the A wave, with another A, B and C internally to the C wave. So we have two ways of looking at this. We could see this as the Z wave overall. Probably, now we look at this, probably the best way of looking at this one, a bit of a shortened, truncated Z wave, but meeting into its typical, or its requirement rather here for this push to the downside. Yeah, I do think that's probably the best way to look at this. Of course, we can see Smart Money Concept here showing a strong low and showing a weak high on the charts, and we did once again have that bullish change of character for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪. So overall, everything in my opinion looks pretty bullish here for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪's price action. We have seen the price come on down, testing out the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA, and obviously equilibrium, pushing back to the upside once again. But yeah, as you guys should know, when we see these changes of characters or the breaks of structure, we tend to see the price move up, move back down to its previous area of, you know, higher volume, which we do see here, and we can see this next push to the upside. 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪 here, absolutely no exception. This does look like the plan that is kind of in play here for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪. Let's jump over to that daily time frame. The last time we did look at this one, of course, we were looking at that potential 127% move to the upside. Inside of that, well, of course, we would be expecting a 5-wave move, and it does look like we have potentially had that wave one. Let's just clear out some of this noise and really take stock of what has gone on. So we've seen that price coming on down here on the 18th of December. That would have been our Y wave low, over here being that secondary X wave high into the Z wave low. Let's just quickly draw that one on for reference. W, X, Y, X and Z like so. So one of two ways we can look at this one. We can look at this one starting on here. Looks very corrective to start this move to the upside, or we could be looking at this move here actually being the starting point, where of course we would be looking at this as a wave 1, wave 2, looking for that wave 3, wave 4 and 5. So I do think we have to be a little bit cautious with this one. Now we know in the higher time frames, you know, what kind of move it is we're looking at playing out here. Well, let's drop back down to those lower time frames. What kind of structure do we see going on? And it does in fact look pretty corrective overall if we take that high of that wave A, but we do hit the impulsive trigger. That's a very difficult one to place. Let's drop down the time frames once again onto the 1 hour chart. Let's just clear out these invalidations. Those are old ones. We do see quite a breakout for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪's price action here. I do find this one quite difficult to place. We do see this initial push to the upside. We'll bring it over to its swing low, and we can see we did wick just higher than the 1.236 here of 11.1. Not quite hitting the 1.382, so in my opinion we do look like we have W, X and Y going on here. Coming on back down, We'll just measure this one back out again so we have our good reference here. Take it over to swing low. Well, we do in fact hit that 1.618 impulsive level here, but we can see this push hitting the 0.786 level. We could be looking at this as a bit of a truncated C wave, as yeah, I like the idea of that move more than anything else, due to the fact that we don't have a clear and concise impulsive move to the upside, where the price of course did drop down from. So we are looking at that through the lens here, and I think this is the best way of doing this, is a truncated C wave like we see here, or Y wave, however you want to look at that structure, without holding 3 wave moves. We can take that 100% move and bring it over to swing low down here, which sits at 10.8839. We'll just bring this one up so we're a bit closer to the target area, and we can see right up here, let's just clear this one off, an old target. We can see we would be looking for the price action to move into this highlighted area between 12.8 and 13.4, where we can see that price did push right on up to, with a high of 13.0788. So we have a few confirmations on the chart here. Everything looks a little bit clearer, and it looks like we do start this one off nice and corrective. So when we come back up onto that 4-hour time frame, well, we can see the moves that have played out here overall. Let's just clear all the noise away here so we have a nice simple chart to look at. We know we have this move overall as, yeah, a corrective move to start off with. From here we will look for its retracement, and it looks like that retracement has also completed here. We would look for the 50 to 80% retracement between 11.2 and 10.1 cents, and it does look like we have found that retracement, where we have seen the equilibrium, the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA and the 200 EMA tested out here, and we have pushed on up. So should this move be completed, there's no guarantee it is, but should this move be completed where it sits, then our next stop for 𝗗𝗂𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘's price action on this 4-hour time frame would of course be 14.5 to 15.6, this next target area, giving us yet again another bigger A, B and C structure like so. Let's just make a couple of changes to this chart so we know what we're looking at the next time we do come over to here. That will be red, as it will be our target. So yes, yeah, this does look the most probable situation is playing out here. Corrective move up. The confirmation of that move to the upside will of course be crossing higher than 13.02 cents here, that A wave high, and of course should we drop lower than 10.9, that tells us we are still in that B wave, and we could be looking at a bigger correction to the downside. There's no guarantees what's going on here just yet. We can see the position here of the stochastic on a 4-hour is looking for a bit of a move to the downside, a bit of a correction. We can see here that momentum is to the downside, so tread carefully with this one. This may just bring us back down to retest out equilibrium one more time. We can see structures playing out inside here. It does look like that move to the downside is complete, but of course there are no guarantees. When we bring that one back up to the daily time frame, so it does look like we have that corrective start to the upside, well then we can potentially look at this through a different lens. I may have made a bit of an error here. Yes, I have. So we are looking at this as a 5-wave move to the upside. Let me just correct that error right there, guys. Nothing like doing this for you live on YouTube. It's not even live, it's recorded. I could just cut this out, but why would I want to do that? So let's just restructure this one. We have this A wave to the upside, or this A, B and C to the upside, giving us that wave 1, dropping down into the wave 2. We will look for that that third wave move to the upside. My God, it's a new year and I still can't talk properly. Take that 100% move over to the swing low, where we will be looking for a move to 17 cents. Yeah, that would be the more prevalent target area here, 17.49 to 15.64, giving us the third wave move, building this out as corrective 3, 4 and 5. There may be another move going on here. This may be a diagonal that I'm missing out, and it is. We will then look for more of an impulsive move in this wave 3, but the analysis that we have just done on that one, it does look like it is a corrective move to the upside, leading out this initial surge. So when we come back over to that daily time frame, well, we can see we will be looking for that impulsive 5-wave move. It may be made up of corrective moves overall, and of course this wave 2 in itself might not yet be finished. The next moves, of course, will be the wave 3. Guys, I'm having a nightmare here today. It will be that wave 3, where this may be a corrective continuation to the upside. It may be an impulsive pattern, but one way or another, we will be targeting further moves to the upside, where of course we have been watching this for quite a while on the daily MEXC chart, targeting 17 to 21 cents. My thoughts, my views, my opinions still have not changed. I am still looking for a continuation to the upside across many projects before we do see a healthy correction. But what we can see going on here is rejection on the 50 SMA at 12.3 cents. We can see the 50 EMA sitting much lower on the charts at 11.07. So we may see the price come back down to test there. Yes, overall we are ranging. I would like to see a close above that 50 SMA, giving us confidence that we are continuing the move to the upside. And lastly, that weekly chart. Well, we know how the weekly chart has played out for 𝗂𝗪 for quite a while now. We are targeting the finishing moves here in the C wave between 14 and 20 cents, where of course that fifth wave move on the lower time frames, it is targeting 17 to 21. So a finish higher up in this C wave area for the fifth wave is overall and ultimately the target here for 𝗂𝗪. So I thought, let's just have a quick roundup, a nice quick short sharp sweet roundup for 𝗂𝗪 to start off 2024 on CC Uncensored. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video as always. If you have, smash up the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff. And of course, if you are going to trade, please do trade safely. Have a nice tight stop loss, make some great gains, stay safe in the space. I'll catch you all in the next one.